Last session, the avant garde fought off two fire giants and a small orc town of Feltpike. It was a dangerous, difficult encounter, but you all succeeded against the fire giant, hammer wielding melee combatant, and the very powerful fire sorcerer. With their defeat, you were able to pick up a few minor items from their persons. You met up with Gamesh's father, and over a tense conversation, were able to seemingly have a chance to get more allies on your side. If the chief of Feltpike survives and deems you all worthy to fight with, potentially Bastion may join this fray. With that, you all bid your leave and use the last bit of your flight to head to the coast, where now you rest. Off in the distance, you can see the large city of Dalim shining in the distance. But here, you're dwelling on the edges of the woods. Small villages seem to dot the edge of your current vision at the top of the tower, as there seems to be a mine of sorts off to the west. To the south looks to be small orcish strongholds, or strongholds of other of the monstrous races that call this forest and this part of the world their home and their kingdom. Over the course of the night, you find Omin is locked in conversation with herself. Strange giggles and laughs seem to come from above all of you, but the rest of you are currently sat alone in your section of the tower. What is it you would wish to do for the rest of the evening, if anything?
Already occupied.
I don't know. I don't have any. Hmm.
Yeah, I think Bell would probably start playing some music probably quietly.
Okay. Make a performance check for me with advantage. On your night song, with the now upgraded strings of Melil, you play a soft chord that turns into a very soft, beautiful tune that fills the summoned tower with a lot of warmth. And after, a very intense day, it's very calming for all of you.
Nice.
Anyone else doing anything?
Hmm.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Well, I just don't know what to do. Cause most of it. Yeah, cause I don't have much to do. Sadly.
You put on noise canceling headphones to shut out Omen's insane rambling.
You could try to do,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, research or, I don't know, work on a spell.
I could. I could. Actually, hang on. What books do I need to read? What books are in my fucking back fold? Um. Hmm.
Do you have any books on Garishtal's weaknesses?
I do not.
We
Are we
should
like
find
in a?
one.
Are we in a town or are
You're in
we?
your tower. You're just in your summoned tower.
Okay, just in the middle of the wilderness. Okay, I just wanted to know what was around us. I don't
Yeah.
remember things very well.
It reminds
Where
you of
is
the
it?
moment you created your spell for the seed of Golthias.
Yeah.
Off in the woods in your
Um.
tower.
Well, I don't have the seed anymore. So I don't know if I can ever. I guess I could try to figure out if I could ever cast that again now that I don't know it. Not know it, now that I don't have the. No, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll play around with magic, I guess. I don't know if I have a specific goal other than just trying things I haven't tried before. Um, yeah, I think that's all I would be doing. Magic experiments, I guess.
You
I
fuck
don't.
around and find out.
Yeah, I don't have a goal in mind. I just kind of want to try things out that I haven't had the chance to try yet or something. What are in my notes? Calculus of my other lovers. Bream Bucket, magical weapon number 4, second attempt by Hionmir Falson and Antodorox the Augmented. My Diary, Volume 2, Life in Hythe Weckshaw. And those are my books. I guess I could read Bream Bucket, magical weapon number 4, second attempt by Hionmir Falson and Antrodox the Augmented to see what that's about. Yeah, let's do that. It'll take me a normal amount of time now. I don't have my glasses. I miss them already.
Go ahead and just roll me general just roll me a history check.
History?
Yeah,
Alright. I
let's
miss
just
my
do that.
glasses.
I know, I know.
I feel like they were a character trait more than they were a fucking item. It'd probably take Kiss of the Changebringer off after we defeated Garishtal, even without having to return it to the vampire lady. Yeah, that's a 9. God, that's bad.
Oof.
I rolled a 2!
Yeah, you read through this book, and it's without your glasses. It's slow. It is. Even though it's a slightly slender volume, It is a boring manual, and you're having a hard time paying attention to the words that it's writing about. You just get the sense that
Yeah.
it's talking about a weapon called Sword of Winter's Longing, uh, and like it's just an annoying like instruction book essentially.
Lame. I'll
The
have
Book
to.
of Sword Forms.
Yeah, literally. Oh, I'll just put it away for.
It's not a book of sword forms. It talks about like items needed to create something, but it's a manual essentially. It's
I'll tuck that away for further reading later when I have my
yeah.
glasses
It's just
equipped,
a boring read. It's
probably.
just like if you were a blacksmith, oh my gosh, you'd love this, but you know nothing about blacksmithy.
Yestrid.
Yeah, you have Yestrid's birthday present now.
Seer's not gonna remember Yestrid's birthday. She doesn't care.
Damn! Fair, but damn.
Yeah. Is that the only book you try to read, or because it's
Um,
pretty slender? It's not. It's really just an instruction manual on how to make an item.
Seeing as that was so boring, let's see if My Diary Volume 2, Life in Hythe Wexhaw is any more interesting. Maybe it has some, like, juicy 500-year-old gossip I don't know about.
Make a history check.
I rolled in that one this time. Hang on, I'm just writing down
Who labels their diary My Diary Volume 2?
Life in Hythe Wexhaw. Apparently, Emblind False-Daughter did, which makes me think that
Pretentious
she's Hjalmar
asshole.
Folson's daughter.
That's a pretentious asshole right there. Whoever names
Yeah.
their diary that.
Listen, Emblem False-Daughter, who I believe is Hjalmar Folson's daughter, or sister, or
trash.
someone related to him.
I mean,
It
that's
might
how they
be his
named
sister.
Norse people.
Yeah, I think that's
Norse
his
people
sister
with
or
their
something.
father's name and then son or daughter.
Yeah, it's so simple.
Like Thor Odinson. Son of Odin.
Yeah.
Their
It's like-
last names were super creative.
It's like Johnson, son of John,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, just roll a history check. As you
Yeah,
read.
sorry, I was writing down the Bream Bucket
So many
explanation before I
Smiths, because they were
forgot it.
named after Smiths. If you were a Smith, your last name became Smith.
What were
Because a
you
lot of the
writing about?
times your last name was your profession.
The Bream Bucket information before I forgot it.
Oh, that was I thought you read the magical weapon.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Oh, that's it. Sorry, I had Bream Bucket in the same line. No, I just thought Bream
Yeah.
Bucket
No, I think
semicolon was the thing.
nah, Bream Bucket was the calculus one.
Yeah, no, I read Magical Number 4. Don't worry.
Okay. The diary is fairly it's fairly mundane. It talks about the daughter of the local smith who recorded every event in her childhood up to the age of 13 before apparently the whole town went to hell. Her stories are full of hyperbole and typical of a person of 13 years of age. You skim through the heavy-handed prose within it, and you do learn of anything of note in this book is that they grew up in what is described as like a lakeside shack she used as a playhouse with a bright green roof and a multitude of wind chimes, which reminds you of one of the homes in Hythe Wexhaw. And you do figure out that hidden in one of the table legs is inside of a hollowed table leg, I should say, is what they describe as their dearest treasure. So somewhere in your town that you now own is a table with a hollow table leg and a secret treasure inside. Everything else is fairly boring, and you just read the life of a teenager.
The secret treasure is probably like a fucking mirror compact.
Or like a doll or something, yeah.
Yeah, a bouncy ball. Or it's a legendary item. Those are the two options.
Knowing my luck, it'll be a magic item that I have to fucking attune to.
Yeah, something
And I
that only wizards can attune to, and nobody else.
No, it don't even have to be that. I won't give it to anybody else. I don't share, guys. I'm sorry.
We know. It's okay.
I mean, if you ask for it, I'll let you use it. But like, no one asks me, so.
Yeah. That's that book. You have one book left.
Should I just read Calculus and My Other Lovers?
Do you wish to?
Yeah, why not?
Make a history check. As you skim
Sorry,
through
the
this-
name of the book is Calculus and My Other Lovers.
Yes.
Mhm.
What the fuck? Is this an erotica about calculus?
No, I don't think so. I got a 10. I'm doing really poorly on these checks without my glasses.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I get a
Turns out Seer has
+7.
terrible eyesight and genuinely just needed reading glasses.
If I had reading glasses, I wouldn't have gotten involved in a plot to overthrow the government, guys.
They were actually just normal reading glasses. They had no magical properties. They just let Seer have 20/20 vision for once in her life. And it
God.
made her able to read so much faster because she wasn't fucking legally blind anymore.
That fits so well. It fits so well.
I don't have proficiency in perception. It could be true.
Seer needs bifocals.
We'll ignore that.
Confirmed.
Ignore that magic missile.
Your magic missile's the book. It's so bad.
Oh god. So
What do we get on a 10?
Calculus and My Other Lovers by the halfling mathematician Galani Breambucket is a textbook. A pretty charming treatise on high-level math. A lot of the math itself is lost on you. You haven't, studied calculus in a couple of years. So not all of it makes sense to you. But there are some kind of partially funny caricatures that have been drawn in the margins. The book is, fairly old. So it seems a lot of the references are fairly dated for the time. But you can see what looks to be a caricature of what you would assume to be Garish Tall. You can see a little fireman stomping on little tiny individuals, like he's having a temper tantrum. You can see like a little drawing of like the champions, the heroes of the Grimolian Kingdom from so long ago, in which they entirely are just drawn very poorly. The elves' ears are like way too long, like they extend down to like her shoulders. You can see the only one who's probably of real height is the gnome, so he just took like the shortest person in their party and made them like as tall or taller than the rest of the party, including the Dragonborn. It just seems like just random caricatures were drawn in the margins. You can see one that is very unflattering of what looks to be Isaac Schifri, otherwise known as the Mad King himself. It is slightly entertaining.
God. This is such a weird thing for, like, Seer to be doing, just reading these books and exploring these lives of these people that lived 500 years ago
Hmm.
in a tower while she's about to face down the same enemy that they were just told stories about.
Hmm. Yep. It seems to be a slightly interesting, you know, just a person living their life, drawing in their textbook. Who knows what would have happened if you got a nat 20?
Yeah, I think I'm tucking these away for like further reading later after I get my glasses back. Right? Just because I don't think it's worth it to reread them without the glasses. But with the glasses, it's like significantly less time, so whatever.
Okay.
Um, yeah, back into my bag of
Make
holding to go.
make a perception check, real
Oh
fast,
no.
as you put it away.
Oh no. Not mine too. 19!
As you go to put the book away, there's a little bit of splotch of color at the end of the book that you didn't notice while you were reading through it. It seems like in the glossary in the back of the book, there seems to be some extra drawings that you just missed out on.
Oh, can I look at those?
Yeah. You open it up, and there's looks to be um, it looks to be like a drawing of someone sitting down reading. You can see red hair, like kind of
Oh.
longish wizard robes. And you can see there's a small like comic caption of essentially I don't understand this book.
Uh.
You turn the page.
Yeah, there's no one around to stop me. This is some fucking magic shit, yeah.
Turn the page. You can see clearly like it's another bad depiction of an elf. Like the ears are far too long. You can see long blonde hair and a little comic caption saying, "I am both the best and worst spy master to ever live." Next page.
Yeah.
Okay. You turn the page, and you can see an individual standing um, with what looks to be like brick behind them. Like it's like a soft drawing of brick outlines around them. You can see like a human woman, like green eyes on one side of the face, but like green scales growing out at the other side. And her little comic caption says, "I'm going to kill you for falling into this room." Next page.
Wait, hang on. What does it say? I'm going to kill you for falling into this room?
Yes.
Right? So it's like a 1T saying, I'm going to kill you for falling into this room.
More. It looks. It reminds you of something. You can make a history check if you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah, it reminds me of the, when we went into the water dungeon. I know it wasn't a water dungeon, but where we met, the elf, the
Make
Eladrin.
make a history
His
check.
name I can't remember. Okay.
Because
Finally!
You look at this image, and you recognize it. It's Resh Kaval in her human form the first time you saw her. It's a bad caricature. Like, it's not well done or well drawn. It's pretty bad. But like, you stare at it for a moment, and you realize, oh, it's Resh Kaval.
Oh my god. Yeah, next page. So far, all of this is stuff that I've recognized as happening to me. None of it's the future yet.
Okay. You get to the next page, and you see what looks to be a group of individuals. They seem familiar as well. You can see one just looks like a blob of yellow paint. You can see multiple of them just look like full armor pieces. Like, just like suits of armor that, like, there's no discernible human quality to them. You can see... which one is it? One seems to be, like, like probably a dragonborn, you would assume. Like, you can see, like, hints of, like, red and, like, slight scale drawings, but it's, like, really small. And you can see... They're kind of like in the foreground, and in the background you can see what looks to be 6 individuals standing higher up. And the caption is from the point of view of like the 6 individuals on the bottom side. And they say, "I can't believe we won this combat." This one.
Yeah.
You're reading fanfic? Is that what I came back to?
I'm going to say, with a history check of 26, based on looking at this one, it's for anyone else, it'd be hard to figure out what it is, but the yellow streak reminds you of the other party that you fought in Southern.
Yeah. Boy, how many more pages are left?
About one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Okay, what's on this last page?
You turn to the last page, and your heart stops.
Oh god.
This
You
is
die. You read it
a
and
lot
you
of
die.
these have been poor caricatures. Just horrible illustrations done of what appears to be your group and the other group, and just your history and the history of this kingdom, kind of. It takes place in varied states of your adventures. But looking at this is Isildur. And it's not a caricature. It's almost like a pencil line drawing. You can see every emotion in his face. You can see that curled smile. And for a moment, you feel like he's just staring into your soul from this book. And there's a little comic caption that comes out that says, "Don't worry, I'm pure evil."
It says, "Don't worry, I'm pure evil."
It's canon.
That doesn't...
And then you finally close the calculus textbook. Man, someone in high school had a lot of time on their hands.
Yeah!
And perhaps, maybe a little foresight.
Oh god. Fuck. You know what'd be wild? Is if this was Isildur's textbook in high school.
Look at the inside cover, the rented to list.
Yeah, is there a rented
What's
to
the most
list on
recent name and year number and the condition of the book?
Technically, he probably wouldn't have been going by Usildur then. He chose this name. But yeah, is there is there a list of names in this textbook?
Yeah, there is.
Oh god, oh god, oh god. No, I don't like this.
A lot of the names don't even recognize. You can make a history check if you want to try to discern the origin of perhaps where the book was written, or like where whoever majority of these people who had this studied.
Yeah, I'll try. Oh, no. $18.
Based on the naming structure, this is definitely from one of the Sky Cities. You'd guess based on its origin, this book probably originally came from Pale Light. None of the names are familiar to you, but there is a semblance that this is a book of calculus that originally, most likely, was used for study in Pale Light and has now just been passed around ever since then, and now you have it.
Well, I was considering showing these drawings to other people, but not anymore.
Most likely, this is from before the city fell, as Pale Light is one of the few Sky Cities that somewhat survived its collapse.
God. Yeah. Still. That last one really is worrying. Because it was either made by Isildur himself or by someone who wasn't Isildur. Neither option is good.
It was made by the kid he bullied in school.
It might have been. We don't know.
Does the last name sound like a nerd's name? Is it like Eugene or something like that?
Yeah, can I tell the last guy who owned this
Is
was a
it-
nerd?
Is it just a real bullyable name?
Yeah. I would know. I hung out with Isildur. I would know who he bullies. It's probably everyone but himself. It's the answer
Like an
to that,
Evan,
really.
Eugene, Francis.
Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Fitzgerald. That's a good one.
I don't need the answer to that question. But it
I
is-
need the
It is
answer.
definitely a nerdy name.
Okay.
So either Isildur was like a secret nerd, or this
I'm
was the
trying-
kid he bullied.
To find the.
But Isildur could have been
Actually-
a nerd who turned into a bully.
You might recognize the last name. Actually, remember.
Oh, fuck. Is it Wendelin?
No. It's I believe it's Kern. The last name is Kern. I'm trying to find my information on this guy.
How do you spell that?
It should be Kurn.
Okay. Oh my god, the Archmage Arnbald of Kern, the Mystic of Secrets. He escaped Pale Light. I learned that from Serena.
Yeah, this seems to be most likely a distant relative of Archibald of Kern.
If I'm like going through my memory, can I remember if Isidore had any specific like attitudes towards the Mystic of Secrets, Archibald of Kern?
Oh, you wouldn't even need to make a check on that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh.
it was one
Was
of
it that
Isil-
obvious, or was I just that close with him? I don't want to know the answer to that.
You're pretty close to him. He
I
most
was.
likely
I
didn't
really
make it a
was.
secret that, as a part of what you were doing, he wanted access to what the Mystics of Secrets were hiding. The uh, the Kerns was a family lineage that had been protecting the secrets of Pale Light for ever since it fell to the surface. They were a very um, elusive, very strange family, and many. There were a lot of rumors. Many felt like they were probably relatives, true relatives, of the original inhabitants of Pale Light, true wizards, with true wizard blood in them. And he really wanted to know what was in that vault.
What, yeah.
Which, I'm going to say, you know what was in the vault.
Which was demons.
No. I thought I... This is roleplay that we haven't talked about in a while, but, how am I forgetting his name? Adril, that's his name. Adril Centric was the understudy of Archibald of Kern.
Yeah.
And Archibald died. He did.
I know.
But Adril survived and escaped with the items from it, being the Spire of Dragons, the staff that Gamesh now wields, and the Book of King's Corruption, which you all now have. He escaped with those two things. That little guy.
Got him in the end.
You did.
Not barely, though. Okay, interesting. Terrifying. I don't like that at all. But this does imply that all of these drawings were made by, like, an ancestor of the Kern family and not Isildur himself. Unless Isildur is an ancestor of the Kern family, which I find unlikely, because then why would he wonder what the fuck is in their vault? He would just know.
I would say you would know, based on, like, knowledge, the people chosen to protect the Vault of Secrets, the Mystics of Secrets themselves, were chosen for either two different things. Either they were the most powerful defensive spellcasters, so abjuration spells mostly, or they were very high-level diviners. Each one kind of, it almost seemed to flip every so often. Every few hundred years, one would be a very high level diviner to foresee threats to the vault, or they would be abjurners to create new defenses for the vault.
That's a good question.
Hmm?
Shit about this thing only Seer's looking at.
Yeah.
Is the drawing of Isildur of an adult Isildur or a young Isildur?
Seer's only known Isildur at one age.
Okay. Seer, I think the
it's-
person who had this book was a diviner and saw
Yeah.
the future.
I think so too, which means that Isildur is pure evil. I don't know what that means though.
What's the year? Could this person still be alive?
No!
The
Hey,
book.
some people live a long time,
So
alright?
the book was held in the manor for 500 years.
Hey, some people live that long.
The book itself currently, if you approximate the age of when it was like when the city of Pale Light crashed to the ground, it's about 1400 years old.
You know, an elf in the Feywild would still be kicking.
Well, they're not. This nerdy little Kern guy was not an elf in the Feywild.
You just
was...
need to
I would
find
say-
his skeleton and cast Speak with Dead, and we get
Yeah.
to ask him 3 questions that he can lie about.
I will say the current, the last Mystic of Secrets, the true one, Archibald of Kern, was a powerful Abjourner. Just so you know.
Hang on. Okay.
That's why Adriel was chosen, because he was also a very powerful abjuration wizard.
Man, Seer's learning all this crazy shit. I'm just sewing over here.
This is like just knowledge that Seer kind of already knows, though.
Doing hand
Yeah.
sewing, and she's
This is the backstory knowledge.
My dilemma with Isildur has never been, is he evil? It's... I don't want to fight. I just don't want to fight him. Seer just doesn't want to fight him, full stop. For many, many reasons.
Why not? He's great.
Seer and Faradir were exact opposites. Faradir wanted to fight fucking Zarin so bad.
Yeah, but Faradir also never worked for Zarin. Did
This
he?
is true.
Did she? I mean,
He's
Seer worked
He's a
for
charming guy.
Isildur. She doesn't want to fight him unless it's absolutely necessary. And also, in her mind, Isildur is the most powerful being to ever exist, and she thinks she would immediately die. Which is funny. 'cause I
Worry,
haven't
we
noticed
get to fight a world-ending elemental first.
Seer would rather fight the world-ending elemental than Isildur. Honestly,
What a mood.
I've also noticed that Isildur has not directly killed Seer once this entire time, and I'm fucking suspicious. I don't know if that was on purpose. I'm just paranoid. You're welcome,
I mean,
Graham.
you've never been in his way.
No, but there was that time when he cast Power Word Kill on Gamesh.
At that
Maybe
time,
maybe he's secretly in love with you.
I believe, if I remember correctly, at that time, you didn't fully know you were with them yet.
Probably not. But still.
We all need to invest in some amulets of proof against
No, he
detection.
did see you. He just couldn't
Yeah.
read your mind.
Yeah.
I think that might have been the day he learned that you were with them.
And he still didn't choose to kill me.
Yeah, because he didn't recognize you the first time you saw him. He was unsure if he recognized you the first time. That's what I remember. He was unsure.
Yeah. But then when he was sure, he didn't take the chance to kill me once and for all. He killed someone else.
Yeah. I mean, if you remember, it was totally random.
No, I know it was totally random. I just...
Just making a point to Faradir.
Oh.
Don't hit the big bad when he's monologuing, Faradir.
Oh, yeah.
Too much.
He was just having a nice conversation.
We had shit to do.
He was just gathering intel, you know. He was just sizing you up. You just had to go hit him.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
God.
But yeah. You read some good books here.
Good as all is a very generous word. What's Centane Belric up to?
Belrick's playing. Although, I doubt Belrick plays for 4 hours.
Yeah, probably like an hour max.
Belrick's building up his calluses on his fingers.
Would be fucking raw by the end of that.
Is there anything the two of you would like to do in this extended night scene? Chad's been quiet. You did kind of leave him behind with Seer's pet. The last one of the last times you had a real combat, he just felt left out. So he's just been kind of quiet, just doing his own thing. Um, he'll ask Senti how you are. Just fine. Yeah. He'll be happy that you're okay. He'll just make sure to kind of snuggle up into the bushes, um, and mossy little fungus groves on your shoulders and neck area, and um, he'll just make sure that you're doing okay. You're feeling okay. So, nothing else seems to happen over the course of the night. Eventually, you all go off to your small chambers to rest and sleep. Here in Seer's magical tower, rest comes easy. It's comfortable enough that you all are able to have good dreams. Normal, typical ones. Not marred by any violence, except for slight moments of your brain decompressing the day's events. But soon you find that light begins to spread in through certain windows. And you all awaken. A bright new day. So what is the goal, everyone?
Um, well, I want to double check my prepared spells, at least.
I mean, I keep going. We are on kind of a time crunch.
Indeed. I just need to know, where you're going, how you're getting there. Because the land you're heading to is fairly unfamiliar and is incredibly hostile. If any of you wish to make a history check on the region, you can.
I would love to.
Oh, why not? I supposedly have a +7.
Interesting. I've never been there a day in my life.
Oh, nice.
I've been in one, now two.
The Seer, you know quite a
The
bit.
second city Omen ever went to was full of undead. Oh my god.
Wow, that just means. For all you know, it's a 50-50 chance the city we go to is full of undead.
Her two city experiences, where she was born and grew up, and a city of...
A city that is dead.
Yeah. Amazing. Baby's first city. Baby's second city, I guess.
Well, based on what Seer tells you about this new location, the Cult Cliffs is called the Cult Cliffs as it is a very hilly mountainous terrain that has never been conquered by outside forces. Not for lack of trying. To the south, the city of Alden Ridge serves as the last bastion of civilization, supposedly. Civilization of, normal societies. Ones that are built on trade and trust. The Cult Cliffs are different. Based on the knowledge of Seer and probably what Mbehi tells you, There are 4 quarters to the Cult Cliffs. To the south is the Protective Quarter. They often deal with mercenaries and individuals who are attempting to either conquer or battle their way up into the Cold Cliffs to take and secure more land for themselves and what is supposed to be valuable riches. They've never worked. The next quarter is the Crucible Quarter, housing many large-scale societies that often come to toe with each other, battling it out in the center of this location. Past that is the Estranged Quarter. It is one of the least populated areas due to a dark nature to it. That dark nature being one of the many seats within the Cult Cliffs. That being the seat of demons. A massive human colony that actively worship demons as if they are gods. They are known to summon a multitude of them that patrol the Estranged Quarter with no mercy in sight. The last quarter is the Oceanot Quarter. One of the strongest, currently. The Oceanot Quarter is filled with tall mountains, rich mines, fertile fields, and a whole host of monstrous races to work for the upper classes there. That is where Resh Kaval made her cult and forced individuals to worship her in her true draconic form. The society there is a mesh of humans, furbolg, and kobolds from the mountains. The humans and furbolg share equal power within Resh Kaval's cult. Kobolds do not. Based on what you know, Fel Gadamin's garrison is supposedly some massive citadel to the north, just on the opposite side of the mountains from the seat of demons. There they defend one of the largest valleys between the two sections of mountains. Supposedly it is a tall, cylindrical tower that stands about 200 feet tall, with eyesight over the entire section of valley. An impressive fortress, filled with powerful, ruthless, and well-trained furbolg fighters. One other thing of note that Seer most likely would have probably heard minor bits about. 2 things, actually. There were a few colony attempts on the Cult Cliffs before. Bana themselves attempted to land at a very remote location, calling it Griffith's Point. But it was all but abandoned due to difficulties with the natives. There is also rumor, and Mabehi's map would most likely fill this in for you, Seer. The Cult Cliffs are home to one of the fallen sky cities, specifically that of Cryptic Might.
Cryptic Knight?
Cryptic Might.
Might.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is one that you recognize from a journal that you found in another sky city.
All these sky seas, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
taking so many notes this session.
Sewed about 2 inches of fabric. We're all being pretty productive tonight, I'd say.
Yeah. So, I think we should either go to Alden Ridge or into the, what was it? The protective quarter. Also, what was that last quarter called?
Which one?
The last one, the one with the humans and furbolgs and the Cold of Reshkval.
The Oceanaut Quarter. It is on the map. That is the map of the Cult Cliffs. Just so you can see it.
Because I think before we travel further into
Actually, do we know what quarter the Vestiges is in?
Specifically, no. You do know who has it.
which is Svelgadamine, isn't it?
Yes.
So I can only assume it's the Oceanaut Quarter.
The last time you saw Felgadamine, which was, near the beginning of the campaign, he was wearing it.
Yeah.
A blackened, charred version of it, but still the same powerful vestige.
Yeah, so I vote we either go to Alden Ridge or somewhere within the protective quarter if we're going further into Cliffs proper. Mainly because there's 4 of us. But also because it would be nice to be able to try to get a lay of the land. In our current circumstances.
Oh, one other thing I should have mentioned. This is based on like the beginning of the whole campaign, but Reshkval, while she did have a cult, she attempted to move the entirety of her cult off of the cult cliffs. Presumably, she was being chased for some reason or another, and abandoned it and attempted to take over the Gromolian kingdom for a good long time before you eventually stopped her. Just something to note.
Yeah, so maybe if we stop within the protective quarter, there'll be someone there who knows what that was all about. And we're less likely to just be straight up killed than in any of the other quarters, is my reckoning. Because, I mean, in the Crucible Quarter, a bunch of different societies are just duking it out, and then in the Estranged Quarter, there's just demons wandering around.
You've dealt with demons before.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they can't kill us. I would also like to mention that we do have or at least Seer has those Reshkval cult pendants. I don't know if that's going to be like helpful in any way, but we do have them. you know, maybe if we find someone who is, I don't know, part of that, we could trick them, maybe? Question mark. What do you all think?
Like we should go to the safe place and try and get more intel.
Yeah, but I don't know if the intel will have. Which safe place are you talking about? Are you talking about the city in the Grimolian Kingdom or the Protective Quarter?
The quarter.
Okay. I can agree with that.
Yeah, I think we should go to Protective Quarter because yeah, we'll probably get a better idea of how the cult cliffs actually are.
Okay. How you wish to get there?
Senti, would you mind casting Windwalk?
We all slowly look over at Senti.
Cindy's gonna have to start charging for it. One magic item every time, please.
We
No,
pay for Senti's shit, okay?
that's true.
How many times has Senti been like, "Oh, I need
We
a
pay with our blood.
Yeah, literally, Senti's been literally. We buy Senti diamonds. We bought Senti Chad technically because we
Yeah.
got her the shit. We've paid our dues, and by that logic, Sears should start charging for the tower or air conditioning or good tasting food.
It would have been so funny if Asif charged to heal you guys when anyone did something stupid to get hurt.
As if Ace of healed
Gold
us
piece.
anyways.
I know, like in theory though,
Like,
if she were to heal somebody for doing something dumb, she definitely should have charged them. You know, like a priest would. Like a proper priestess of the Lord. Actually forgets the name of Asif's god. Valkyr, that's his name.
yeah. I was gonna be like, he definitely had a name.
Yeah. Yeah, in Asif's notes I have Valkyr, parentheses, god. Pretty great notes on her character sheet, not gonna lie.
One second. Apparently, there was a shooting on my campus.
Oh no.
Or there's an active shooting on my campus.
That's worse.
Are you there?
No, but it's a hall that I've had classes in.
Oh god.
Oh, okay. Hold up. Interesting. That's a horrible message to be sent. Oh my gosh. Students are instructed to secure in place, run, hide, or fight. Thank you
What?
for that. Yeah. Yep.
Those are all different things.
Yeah, choose which one you want to do.
It's
Choose your
multiple
character.
choice now?
Yeah, it's multiple choice, choose your character.
Yeah, so it straight up says secure in place immediately. Period. Run, hide, fight. Run means evacuate from danger in front of you, if you can do so safely. Hide means secure in place, and fight means protect yourself if no other option. Good to know. Thank you, MSU. That's great. Cool.
Fuck.
Wow.
That's so unhelpful. Like, you guys can do pretty much whatever the fuck you want. Sorry.
No, we can't help you now.
Guidelines of some options you could do. There's a
Try to
hide,
run
run,
if you can't do that.
fight.
Hide if you can't hide. Fight.
It's just terrible options.
Yeah, that's wow. I can't wait to
Oh.
walk past that building tomorrow.
Oh,
I get
no.
back.
I couldn't. I just skipped school.
Okay.
Are they not gonna cancel classes tomorrow?
I don't know. Probably not.
Why not?
I feel like that's a valid reason.
Very valid reason. What the fuck?
It is valid, but I'm paying a lot of money. They're not going to cancel. Tonight's
God.
classes, if there's any late tonight, probably.
Still doing class. Flabbergasted. There's probably one fucking teacher's like, the gun doesn't dismiss you, I dismiss you.
Could you imagine?
That is a good line.
Oh god. Could
I had
you
teachers like that in
doesn't
high
do
school, and I was like, okay, well the next bell marks me late, so I'm leaving.
Actually, the bell does dismiss me legally, so bye.
It does, in fact.
You can't get me. I know the law.
Yeah, if you couldn't teach everything in the class period, that's on you, homie.
Yeah.
High school was wild, man.
Yeah, fucking was.
Like, not usually for me personally, but like in general, what was even happening? I remember there was this like trend for about 2 days where people would jump, because our stairs went between floors, and they were like, there was this one stairwell that was like a spiral staircase that went down from the top floor to the basement, which was 3.5 floors. And people would just like slide down the handrails, but the issue with that is that they were bad at it, so they'd fall a lot, and someone broke their whole leg,
Oh.
and the school had to shut that down real fucking quick. So it lasted about 2 days, and then nobody was allowed to do that ever again, because they were like, someone almost died. They fell a whole story, because
God.
they thought it was a good idea to try and slide down the rail. It's like, what are teenagers doing?
They dumb.
Whatever the fuck they want, really.
Yeah. Well, so, that was a good distraction. Anyways. Back to D&D. So, you are... Airline Senti. Do you wish to go get diamonds? Oh, you're good on diamonds? Okay. Oh, yeah, you were just saying why you needed the diamonds. Okay. They are. It's kind of weird that diamonds are the best thing in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, they are a very, like, valuable commodity
Probably
in the real
because
world.
humans want them to be.
Yeah,
I
they
feel
do
like
take a
there's-
long time to make, and they have to be under specific circumstances, so they are somewhat rare. But honestly, there are more rare materials than diamond.
Yeah, I also feel
Yeah.
like culturally there's like a lot more gems that are associated with life than a carbon rock.
Yeah, than the better version of
Yeah.
coal.
Yeah.
Coal, but it had a better environment, and like the coal that grew up rich versus the coal that grew up poor, which is coal.
Mhm. Okay. So, you all are encased with flight magic. Shifting into your cloud like forms, you begin to take off towards the protective quarter. I am correct. Correct?
Yeah, away we go.
Okay. Flying over the remainder of the Wiskmar forest, you see below you a large mining town set within the mountains. Flying over that, you can see all semblance of civilization that you've been accustomed to. Even on the outskirts of the Grimolian kingdom, there are still farmsteads set up where you can see individuals working out in the fields or just remnants of that type of life. The space you fly over is rocky hills, tall plateaus, and a land that looks almost uninhabited by any means. You see a large lake that, under normal circumstances, would have fishermen and some sort of life to show for it. But there is nothing. All you see is the natural life of this space. Large herds of what look to be these big old, very bushy, almost like cow-like creatures, but they're bigger. And you can see 200 or so of them currently just grazing next to this large lake and river system. It is just open field.
Starts sneezing as a cloud and learns that she's allergic to pollen.
Pollen?
Yeah. It's pollen in fields.
At this height?
Yeah. That shit travels. It's airborne.
Okay.
Omen's very sensitive.
Yeah, she's literally never been exposed to it before.
Technically, there would be less pollen than modern day places because of how trees are planted and all that.
Partially. As you continue flying, based on the maps that you have, you're on the lookout for some sort of village or semblance of a society that you can find. And you don't notice it until you're entirely overtop it, as if its entire being has been heavily hidden from the ground. But you pop over what appears to be built within. You see on one side is this massive, old, very lone mountain probably a part of some ancient range that is now mostly rounded. There is still like a slight peak to it. Um, on the other side is what you can tell is the more old mountains, even more so than the true peaked mountain. They have fully turned into rounded hills, still fairly large and steep. You can see nestled between the two of those and a river to the south is a whole settlement. It is incredibly large. You can see small fires are currently spread throughout it. And there is active movement within. As you can see, it's a bustling place. The closest city that I could relate it to is, honestly, probably Bastion would be the only quality candidate. It is fortified. You can see somehow they have made it look as if the entire outskirts of the town is similar elements of rocky cliffside, and almost the entire edges of this town have been caked with mud and old rock to just build a natural looking fortification. And it seems like they've put a lot of effort into it, as you didn't notice it was there until you were directly over top of it. Based on your map, you would assume this to be the town of Vith. Give me one moment. I am receiving a phone call. Sorry about that. My entire family's checking on me.
Oh, no need to apologize.
Understandably so.
Yeah, I have a very valid reason to do so.
So, what is the plan currently? Do you wish to land in the city of Vith?
I mean, you might as well, right? Like, worst case scenario, we leave again.
Let's do it.
Okay. You all begin to descend down and down as these small cloud points and find yourselves landing. Who wants to lead this?
I guess I will.
Go ahead and make a stealth check for your group.
We should have said Mabehi.
Yeah,
She's
but Maggie's
from
not
here.
here.
We should have said Mabehi.
Okay.
The lowest she could get is a 25.
Okay.
Oh no, we would fall out of the sky.
Just so you know,
Yeah, we
you
do.
also are clouds, so
Oh.
your natural abilities, they're kind of absent in this current moment.
Yeah, it's raining the party.
We fully, in cloud form, descend into the town square.
Yeah.
You
God.
So, Seer, you choose what you would expect to be a secluded spot. and begin to descend downwards and downwards, eventually landing in what you assume to be like a small secluded garden of some type. And you land and it's slightly mushy. It seems like there's some irrigation channel that kind of feeds into Vith, and you've landed into some spot that is taking in a lot of this irrigated water. And as all of you, like in cloud form, land, look around for a bit, you begin to shift out of your forms. Takes the full minute to do so, and eventually you all feel your solid feet slam into gross, like boggy mud water. And you just feel like as you land, there's that initial squish, and then all of you slightly sink another like 2 or 3 inches, and then settle.
Fine, I have prestidigitation. Clean again, if only by magic.
And you wait a few moments as you're, realizing this situation. And then you hear a voice. What are you doing?
Good question. Really?
And you see rising up from like 2 feet away from you, out of the boggy muck water, is a lizard folk. You see he rises to stand over you, and his jaw begins to hang open slightly as he just looks down at you, Seer.
Yeah, I'll wave. Hello.
What are you doing here?
Oh, we thought this was Vith. Were we wrong? We've never really been in the area.
I am not Vith. City is Vith.
Does Omen know anything about lizard folk?
Make a history check.
Interesting.
This fucking lizard folk was talking for a second.
Nope. Never. I read about them in my history class once and then forgot.
Yeah, from your base knowledge, you know that they are lizard-like folk.
Lizard folk once. It
She was never one for like. She was never one for studying. She was an athlete in school.
Yeah. Yeah.
She got by on sports scholarship.
Kern.
When you're the chosen one, you don't have to read books.
You see the lizard folk in front of you after he says he is not Vith, the city is Vith. Proceeds to kind of look around at all of you. Are you birds? And he licks his lips.
No, we're not birds.
You come from sky like birds.
It's a good thing Asif isn't here.
Yeah, right.
She'd be dead.
Yeah, well, a lot of things fly, including us.
You're not here to feed my herd.
We weren't aware there was a herd to feed, so unfortunately, no, we're not.
He takes one of his large, clawed fists and just brings it into the muck, and you see pulls up a whole alligator.
Oh.
You
Lovely.
hear this sound as it just hisses right at you. You see its jaw begins to raise, and he just slams it shut.
Whole ass alligator.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've landed in a gator farm.
Yeah, hey,
Sonic.
does anybody know how to summon food? Real quick.
I can summon a moonbeam, or I could send maybe one alligator to sleep.
I can cast
I
gas.
could minor illusion some food, but considering alligators go by scent and not sight, I don't know that would help very much.
I can only conjure up to 10 pounds of food, technically. Actually, I can't even do that. Nope, never mind.
Leave, maybe.
Yeah, no, we're not here to feed your herd, unfortunately.
But
I
you're
don't think
here.
Good Bear is gonna cut it.
You've landed. Feed them.
Okay. This is an interesting conundrum.
Um, let's see.
Uh,
Belric, Senti. Evens or odds, please?
I'll go with evens.
Evens for you? Okay. You hear some movement below your feet, and you look down, and you begin to hear a hissing sound as you see, rising from some of the muck, you see two large eyes just open up out of the very soft mud that you're standing on top of. What do you do?
Shit. A check to see if I know how to fight off alligators. If that's something I learned how to do.
Make a history check.
God, stop! I can't.
You're trying to recall information on alligators.
I'm so bad at history. That's a 3, an 8, and a 4.
Omen,
Omen is so dumb.
these aren't alligators. These are crocodiles.
Oh my god, I skipped the crocodile chapter. I only read about alligators. We're in salt water right now, guys.
crocodiles can survive in fresh water. They're in the Florida Everglades.
But they prefer salt water usually.
Yeah, usually, but this is an alligator farm. We don't know what kind of alligator. A crocodile farm. We don't know what kind of crocodiles they are.
Yeah, are these what kind of crocodiles are these? Do I know?
With your 4? No.
Yeah, with my 4, can I tell? From the 2 eyeballs I can see and the one that the lizard folk picked up.
You completely guess that these are the different species.
Cool.
You think these are not? This is an alligator farm, right? Yeah,
These aren't
this is an alligator farm. You think they're crocodiles. That's how bad your history is. You know of the other version of them. You didn't know that there's a thing called alligators.
It's over at the sign that says alligator farm and just looks a little confused for a moment. Like she's really thinking hard about something.
Are you gonna correct them on? You're like, oh, these aren't alligators. These are crocodiles.
Fuck no, she's not that dumb.
Do you speak
There you
Draconic? Can you read Draconic?
Let me see here. No, I have Undercommon, Primordial, Elvish, Common, and Abyssal.
Oh yeah, so you don't even know. You can't even read the name on the sign. It just looks like gibberish.
Cool. I look confused because I'm trying to read it. I just can't. I know so many languages, but not this one.
If only someone was here to cast Hero's Feast.
If only. Wow, what's it like having a cleric? We'll never know.
My plans are to toss rations at these things or cast Chaos on this man.
Yeah.
Chaos could be pretty good. I don't want to kill these crocodiles because they're not doing anything wrong.
That is what
They're
it looks
just-
like to you. Owen.
They're just living.
That is
and
the name that you see on the sign.
amazing. Cool. I think it's Elvish and that it says that, but that's nothing in Elvish, so I'm confused. I'm trying to figure out what that means in Elvish.
Is Cinti trying to wait? Is Cinti actually trying to just toss a good berry in these things' mouths?
Do you, Cinti?
Goodberry is a whole meal.
But it's not filling.
It makes you feel like you ate a whole meal. Yeah, enough nourishment for a day.
That does not mean it is filling.
mean, interpretation.
Graham, what's your interpretation of Goodberry?
Eating a berry restores 1 hit point. The berry provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for an entire day.
Does that make it a fulfilling? Does that make it a filling meal?
Not really. You won't starve to death,
Fortunate.
but like, you'd be like slightly satiated, but like, everyone always gets. You'll get the munchies, still. Yeah.
Just cast 10 whole. Just throw 10 whole berries in this thing's mouth.
I mean, the cool thing about reptiles is that their metabolisms are super slow, right?
Mhm.
So they don't eat all that often. So we need to give like 40 good berries, and it might leave us alone.
But that's per croc, isn't it? Or
Yeah,
gator, or
yeah.
whatever these
For
things
each
are. What are
one,
these
they're gonna
things?
need like 40. They're alligators. I'm calling them crocodiles.
Okay.
Which hurts me, Laura, a player, because I know the difference between them, and Omen doesn't.
Yeah.
My abandoned zoology degree.
I'll shut up now so other people can do their thing.
Oh my god.
I think you should cast Chaos on the lizard.
Well, I'm waiting for y'all to have your interactions with the crocodiles. Also, I'd prefer not to use such a high-level spell.
I'm going to,
20.
prepare an action to hit a crocodile with the blunt end of my sword for non-lethal damage. Because I don't want to kill these things, I just want to get them to leave us alone.
Okay.
Because most animals, if you annoy them or hurt them enough, they'll leave because they don't like to kill things that put up a fight. Because it wastes more energy than they gain. That's just general animal knowledge.
Yeah, but this is D&D.
So you prepare yourself to fight crocodiles.
Non-lethally.
Not alligators. Crocodiles for you.
Yeah.
Senti, make an animal handling check as you go to feed the alligators. I'm going to say in this moment, you're reacting fast. I'm going to say no. You basically have 1 round until they attempt to bite Belric. Or at least one does. Okay. Belric, as you're looking down, you see the gator's eyes open up as he begins to rise from beneath you. You can see the mouth beginning to open, readying itself to snap shut on your legs or your mid-thigh or something else. And all of a sudden, you see Senti just rushes over and plops a single berry in the mouth. And as the gator is raising its mouth to bite you, you see it stops as Senti puts her hand on the nose and it puts its head back down into the muck. And you see just chomps shut. And then you see it begins to just wiggle into the mud, and you can see it closes its eyes as it just becomes basically the mud. And Senti begins to satiate them, handing out good berries here and there. Senti just goes around and pacifies all the currently very hungry alligators. And avoids the bonking of the gators.
I need to play a druid one day, because in real life, I have so much obscure animal knowledge from reading every scientific animal book in my school's library when I was, 10. Because whenever I was a kid, I only watched Animal Planet. I didn't watch cartoons, because that was my interest as a child. So I know so much about animals. I woke up at 6 a.m. every morning to watch Big Cat Diaries for an hour, and I went back to sleep. And I was 8. So I know so much about animals, and I've never played a druid. Not even one time.
That's your fault.
I know. That's because I don't like them.
Play.
I mean,
Do
there's
it
a
right.
nature cleric.
Yeah.
It's true. I could play a nature cleric. I don't like that subclass, though.
You just don't like nature.
It's
for
like I
D&D.
was in band class. I'll never play a bard, though. my next character. For the evil campaign, maybe I'll play an evil druid. Evil space clown druid. Okay, so the crocodiles.
One second. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is happening?
You can't just say that.
It's just popping off. Hold up.
Oh no! Oh no!
I don't know. I'm on the like the school's group Snapchat, and people are saying there's like 3 shooters.
What? It's a lot.
That's. You know what, Laura? I think they might be canceling class tomorrow.
Yeah, probably.
I personally thought it was just like a minor thing, like like just some small altercation. I didn't think it was like this bad.
Yeah, we just had a threat at my school, and they canceled school the next day. People didn't actually do it.
Dang.
If someone's actually doing it, it would be insane not to.
Yeah, I just get like.
So yeah,
I
next
get
morning,
messages all
everyone
the
go to
time.
class.
No, I just get messages all the time from like our school's like police department, and most of the time they're like nothing. It's just like, drunk college kids fighting each other, doing stupid stuff. Nothing like this has ever happened, and that's crazy. That's insane. Anyways, the alligators at this point are satiated. You can see the lizard folk kind of smiles at you, Senti, and you hear them say to you, "This one I like. Out of my pit, come on." And you can see one of the gators, after it's fed the good berry by Senti, the last good berry, you see he picks the gator up, puts it under his arm, and begins to carry it out of the little marshy farm.
I guess we follow him.
Carrying a whole alligator like a football?
It's a medium-sized alligator, but yes.
What?
You can see the alligator currently. You see it begins to
I
wrap
love
its
this
like
man.
clawed, scaly arms. You see it like wraps itself around him, and eventually he lets go of it, and it's just hanging on his front side. And you watch it kind of climbs and moves off to the side of his shoulder, and it's now just hanging on his left side. Because if you don't know, they like to climb. They're actually very good climbers.
Alligators,
They
yeah.
are.
Yeah.
They can also open doors.
Mm-hmm. Well, so can
Which
bears.
is why you have to lock your doors in Florida, because snakes and alligators can open your door and get into your house.
The fact that they've learned how to use handles, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's unsettling for sure.
I feel like
People say lizards are dumb. They're smart enough to figure out how to use a door.
I've seen
They're
Jurassic
about as
Park.
smart as about as smart as a 2-year-old.
I've seen Jurassic Park. I know they weren't based off of actual dinosaurs. They were basing that off of lizards.
Yeah, not dinosaurs, lizards.
Mm.
Obviously. Lizards, completely unrelated to dinosaurs.
Yes.
Honestly, I'd believe that. My gecko is not.
Honestly,
It's
lizards
not
are
a descendant of the dinosaurs. There's no way in hell.
Lizards are not the closest descendant of dinosaurs that we have today.
No,
That's
it's
birds.
It is
True.
birds, yeah, but birds are dumb.
Yeah.
Not all birds.
Mm.
A lot of birds, correct.
A lot of
Yeah, a
birds
lot of birds.
are
A lot
dumb.
of birds.
Birds
like-
and then some fish.
I hope
Are
that
the closest
in the past,
descendants.
like true raptors, like I don't know, velociraptors were like in real life tiny, but like true like medium-sized raptors I would hope that they had the intelligence of like a raven. That'd be so awesome.
Raptors were actually very intelligent.
Yeah.
Well, people like scientists think they were intelligent because they were pack hunters, and usually pack creatures are fairly intelligent because you have to be to hunt things that are bigger than you.
Yeah, I just want to see like a dinosaur movie treat like of a lot like a big old raptor like a raven and just like give it like shiny nickels and stuff, and it's just passive.
Yeah,
That'd be badass.
that'd be great. I do think it's funny that in Australia, their like fry containers are made of reflective material so that birds don't come down and steal your food.
Smart.
Like that's just and sometimes the birds don't care and they will steal it anyway and you just have to deal with that.
That's just life.
But generally it works, I think, or so I've heard. Like their McDonald's, their like whatever they call McDonald's, their fry containers are like a reflective tin foil type thing so that, the birds get blinded and don't come down and rob you. All right, can we leave this swamp?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You see the now satiated lizard folk goes over to a wooden gate, flips a single latch, and just opens it up.
Nice.
You
Can I
hear
very quickly write down that phrase in Elvish so I can ask somebody who's like an older elf than me later if they know what it means?
yes,
I
you
know
can.
Elvish.
Amazing.
Does anyone here know Draconic?
I bet he does.
Only Mabehi.
Probably, unless Gamesh knows
Well,
it.
doesn't Senti have that thing?
Senti is able
Comprehend
to.
languages.
I'm just
yeah.
saying if anyone else does. Senti knows everything.
I don't know if Gamesh has it, but I know Mabehi does just from racial
I'll
trait.
check Gamesh's. Let's see. I doubt he took it, personally. Yeah, he doesn't have it. Yeah. You see Mabehi kind of turns around after this encounter, and then you all exit out of the gate. And speaks in Draconic. Senti, you realize that she just says, she read the sign, and thanks, Grax and Kanuzak. Or as he then puts it, you can call me Graxa. But the translated version of that text is his name, Alligator Farms.
Omen thinks
Nice.
it's some ancient form of Elvish
No, it's
that
literally
she
just
doesn't know.
it's literally just Alligator Farms in Draconic,
Amazing.
Nice.
and his long ass
Just gonna-
name.
Copy that text there. And ask my dad about it later.
You hear once again, in common, Graxa speak. Thank you for feeding my babies. Now, go. And he just waits for you to leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're leaving.
I don't think anyone is sticking around.
Yeah. As you begin to walk away, a few of you might give like a cursory glance back, and you look and see the gator on his shoulder just hisses at you all. Everyone except Senti. And then you see this little lizard folk. As the gator hisses, he turns back around, throws the gator, and then dives into the muck.
Nice. Good for him.
Guy, I love this guy. I think he's the best NPC we've met.
Thank you. Walking through the streets of Vith, after leaving the Gator Farm, you cannot help but feel out of place. This section of the city seems to be fairly low lying, and seems to be mostly flooded. The area itself seems to be a massive, boggy wetland, and you can just see homes are built where their entrances are. You would have to crawl in and then live within the mud, essentially. You get the sense that this whole section of the town is the lizard folk section. As you just see just a massive section of wetlands in the middle of an urban type environment. It's very strange. So, as you're walking through this place, what are you looking for?
Well, ideally, we would need to find someone who knows something. Right now, the only question about the Oceanot quarter that we have, beyond not knowing much about it, from other than what Movehi said, is who was chasing Resh Cabal, or what? Resh Cabal, sorry. So ideally, I think we would find someone who might know that information.
If you wish, you can try to do an investigation check to try to find someone.
Yeah. I don't know why I sound so glum about
Help?
that. Like,
Can I give the help
It's
action?
just because you don't have your glasses anymore. I get it.
well, they didn't give me anything for investigation
No,
checks.
just history. Yeah.
Just history and arcana.
I like how that was like one of the first items I gave you.
I know, and I love it. I love it so much. It's mine, and I use it all the time.
Can I
But
give
yes,
the help
someone
action?
helping me.
Yeah, you can help.
Cool.
All right, let's roll this for the advantage, guys. 31.
Yeah. Looking through the city, as you begin to kind of exit this part of the city, you don't get the sense that the lizard folk themselves are very intelligent, and their part in the city is probably not one that's going to give you a lot of information. As you're exiting this section of the city, you can see that the city is almost on a slope, and as you begin to go up some of these hills out of the the boggy wetlands, you're about to cross into like a major thoroughfare, exiting out of the small alleyways in this part of town. As you watch a individual crash into the side of like some small hut of some sort, and immediately you can see two Goliaths rush up behind him. You see one takes his big hands, smashes his head further into like one of these wooden posts on the tent, partially collapsing part of this building. And then you see the other one grabs his arm and is readying himself to break it. And you see these two Goliaths just hold this person captive. You see the other one as he like smashes his head into the post, and then takes his face, looks at him, goes, "Done resisting yet?" And you see, from what you can tell, this is some sort of cat-like individual. You can see currently a slight red coming down, a very tan fur with a bunch of different spots all about it. And you hear like a soft no, and you see the Goliath then just takes his hand that's holding the head, takes his other hand and just palms him right up the nose. You just hear the snapping sounds. He just takes his hand and just breaks his nose with only his palm.
Insight check to try and figure out like what's happening.
Can I help with that?
Sure. You two make insight check.
Oh, both of us? I can't help?
I'd say
I mean,
both
I'll
of you
do
make
it.
an insight check.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
You can talk about it together. But...
Okay, something I'm actually
11.
good at.
Technically, we're the same at this.
Oh yeah.
I'm bad, though.
Based on what you can tell, the
I've
Goliaths
broken
seem
up
to
more
be,
fights, you know?
They're armed, and they seem like slight enforcers of some type. And just by the words resisting, they're trying to get this Tabaxi to do something, and are punishing them for speaking out or resisting.
Is it? Do I get the vibe that the Tabaxi like is in the wrong here, or is it like these guys are abusing their power?
Oh, they're definitely abusing their power. They just broke a Tabaxi's nose.
So the one that is
And by
like
nose, I
doing
mean,
that,
like the whole front face of the Tabaxi is just brutalized at this point.
the one doing that, can I walk up and just like grab their hand and like twist it behind their back,
Make
or grab their arm, twist it behind their back?
This would be a grapple.
So an athletics check.
Yeah.
Cool. I have nothing that can help me with this. Oh, that's good though.
Yeah, you
Nice.
the one who currently has his arm and looks like he's about to break this Tabaxi's arm, you grab his arm and twist it around his backside, preparing yourself to break his arm, and immediately grapple him. You can see the one Goliath, he immediately turns towards you and goes, "What are you... Who are you?" And tries to break free. So go ahead and make me another athletics check. To try to hold on to him as he rips his arm.
That one's bad.
He rips his arm upward to try to throw you in the air, but you pull his arm down and you hear, as you're fighting over his arm, you hear tunk as you pull his arm out of its socket. And he goes, "Ugh!"
That's what I wanted to do anyway. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to gesture towards the Tabaxi to like make a run for it.
Okay.
I'm trying to cause a distraction for them to run.
Tabaxi is going to get advantage on his acrobatics. Whew. And the Goliath needs to make another athletics. Yeah, you see the Tabaxi pushes backwards with his feet up against the small, like, hand-built abode. Fully, this time, the building just goes down. This small, like, sizable tent is fully just broken, and you see that half goes down as he uses it to spring backwards on the Goliath. Does a backward salt over the now prone Goliath. Turns and books it down the street.
Can I try to flag for the Tabaxi's attention?
How would you do so?
Well, first of all, where am I in relation to the Tabaxi? Like, was it facing me or turning away from me?
He was going down the street from whence he came. So you're kind of in an alleyway going out into a main thoroughfare. They were coming from the right, going left, and now he's going back to the right. So you just are able to see him kind of fleeing from this Goliath.
Okay, actually, you know what? I'm gonna cast Sending and give him directions to where we're at if he wants healing.
Okay. Make persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. That's an 18.
Okay. You can see the face of this fur Tabaxi look towards you. You can see a shattered mouth, upper nose area. Just the whole front face of this Tabaxi is just bleeding out. And he turns, looks at you, and books it down the main thoroughfare, and it is quickly out of sight. And you see the one Goliath that's now prone begins to stand up, looks towards you. Omen, still holding on?
No, I'm gonna let go at this point and take a step back. We should really be more careful about that power you wield. Use it negatively, and tides could turn quite quickly.
You see the Goliath that you just manhandled just takes his one hand, pops his shoulder back into place, and takes 2 steps forward as a hand is put on his shoulder, and he turns. See the other Goliath is looking at the rest of you. Let's go.
I don't know if it matters, but Omen does have like an emblem of the Guanistan like guard official. I don't know if that means anything here, but that is something that is visible on her.
Oh, I would like to stay. As we were leaving the alligator place, I am going to hide my pendant of the Terra and the Paladins.
Okay.
Omen did not.
You see the Goliath that fell on his ass after being knocked out of the grapple. It's just holding onto the Goliath's shoulder. See, looks back. It's pretty easy to hear him gruffly say, "We can take him." As you hear the one and see the other one speaking, his eyes not leaving any of you. "No, we can't. We'll find him. Can't have gone far." You see he steps back. You see the other one still looking right at you, Omen. He wants blood.
Let's give him like a smile. Carry on, officers, and walk away.
As you begin to walk away, and the rest of you kind of follow? Or is it just Omen?
I mean, I think we should try to move as a group, so Cyril start to follow Omen.
Yep, I'll follow along too, but I'll keep my eyes on the Goliath as like long as possible.
Yeah, you see the one doesn't look away from Omen. The one who pulled his partner away, he makes eye contact with all of you. He's reading all of you. But the other one, you watch as he says, pretty much like as Belric, you're walking past him, and he's just staring at Omen. "I haven't tasted elf in a long time." And you see the other one again taps his shoulder and turns. "Fine," and they both turn. Well, the first one begins to run off after the Tabaxi, wherever they know what direction he went. And the other one who pulled him away, who seems smarter, nods to you, Belric, turns and begins to chase after his partner. Thank you for that. You hear right next to you, Seer.
You should really be thanking my companion.
And I gesture towards Omen.
Yeah, you see that somehow the Tabaxi got inside the fallen building, and as you were walking past it, has just walked out of it, currently in this like heavy-looking, definitely stolen cloak from whoever lived in the building.
Oh yeah.
But you're here for healing, yes?
And maybe other things. He did a great
Well,
service for me.
Let's get that out of the way first.
And I'm going to cast my 3rd level Cure Wounds on him. So I'm just going to touch like his shoulder or whatever part of his arm limb that is nearest to me. And I forget what Cure Wounds does because I don't cast it all the time.
Level, it's 3d8 plus your spellcasting mod.
Okay. In that case, what's my spellcasting mod? 3. Heals for 13 hit points.
Oh yeah, you fully heal up that Tabaxi. I appreciate it. Let me take you somewhere safer than this place right now.
That would be appreciated.
You see the Tabaxi, which you can see they're fairly typical Tabaxi. You've met one in the past who was an albino one. This is a normal, kind of pure Tabaxi. You can see, the elongated cat-like features. You can see they have black spots, kind of tannish fur. Um, yeah, they seem very almost jungle based. But they uh, take the lead and begin taking you through some of these small side streets, um, mostly sticking to like the side streets, back alleys, and eventually you come across a what looks to be an inn of some sort. Um, Walking in, you can see an assortment of individuals. You can see a couple orcs are currently talking, pretty much right next to the door. They're just leaning against like the wood right next to the entranceway. In fact, all of you pretty much bump into the one's back. He doesn't even turn around. He just knows he's standing in the way of anyone entering this place, but doesn't care. You can see behind the counter is a long-haired human female who is currently working away on making a drink for what looks to be a kobold, currently just sitting on like a high stool and just waiting and waiting. You see they're kind of shaking with anticipation, and you see they're like there's like drool coming out of their mouth as they're excited and fiendish for whatever they're about to get. And as you see the human turns around, um, they're slightly human. You can see like slight scales across some of their skin and two reptilian eyes that stare outward. As they slide this concoction in front of the kobold, you see, yes, and he grabs it and just begins to chew into his cup, actively biting into the wood. You can see like he's slurping and chewing all at the same time. It's disgusting. It's just a true mess.
I
This
I can't be
Tabaxi
good for the overhead.
kind of just takes a single gold coin and rolls it across the counter. And you see the strange-looking human takes it in two fingers, looks at it for a few moments, flips it in her hands, nods to the tabaxi, and then goes and prepares another drink of sorts. The tabaxi takes you further into the chamber, and there seems to be private booths, and goes and sits down in one of them, and kind of slides over and allows you all to have space to enter into the same booth.
Yeah, let's go in. I'll enter first, I guess.
Okay. Last one in. Please close the blinds.
Fast.
Okay.
What's this inn? Did this inn have a name?
You didn't see one on the way in.
Okay. I'll just have to find it again. If we're ever here again, which I don't know why we would be, but cool.
I would like to fully thank you for your service. I was worried they would fully take me this time.
Well, no problem at all. People who use their power to abuse others. It's not right. If you're given a gift, you should not then corrupt it.
Well put. You hear like a soft knocking on wood next to you, Alman. Yes, you see the tabaxi answers, and you see the curtain parts slightly, and you can see the strange serpentine-eyed woman from behind the counter opens the curtain, takes what looks to be a decent-sized cup, and puts it in front of the tabaxi. Anything from you for, sorry, anything for all of you, dears.
And that's because he paid a gold.
Water?
They just said anything for you all, dears.
Yeah, Omen's saying water.
Oh, sorry, I could not hear you.
Does she seem like she expects more payment when she says that?
Not right now.
Okay.
So, one water. Anything else?
Make that two.
Two waters. How experimental.
Hmm.
Anything for the Warforged? Or the handsome half-orc?
I'll take whatever
5
meal you
minutes and
have.
stuff. He's already getting hit on.
Yeah.
You said meal?
I think you said ale.
Ale? Okay.
Yep.
I just can't. I can't hear right now. I guess I don't know.
What are our orders? You don't know. Just like real customer service.
Chad will speak up. I
That
would
is
like
so
an ale
true.
as well, please.
Yeah, the bug's sentient, guys.
You do see the bug does stop her in her tracks for a moment.
You thought we were a party of 6, but we were a party of 7 all along.
The wonders of this world never cease to amaze me. I'll be right back.
One day the party's gonna get totally mind controlled, except the villain won't realize Chad is sentient.
Can I make a history check to see if I know what kind of person she is?
Make a
Like,
history check.
They're-
13?
It's a better.
There's something snake-like about her.
Okay, yeah, I figured.
Wait, we've met a lot
But-
of Yuan-Ti. Does she?
I was like,
seem
either
Yuan-Ti?
like a draconic sorceress or like
the
a
rest of
one
you-
T.
You would recognize this individual as having Yanti slight-like features. I don't think you ever met a pureblood, though.
No, I don't think we ever met a pureblood. We just met the fucking abominations.
Yeah, you met the abominations. There's something definitely Yuan-Ti about them, but they are mostly human. Slight scales, some of like parts of their features, but for the most part, human looking. Except for
Hey,
the
you're a
eyes.
Yuan-Ti, but like, you've got your shit together. What's up with that? Basically.
Yeah. The waters and 2 ales are brought out. To watch a beetle drink an ale is an entertaining prospect.
Hell yeah, it is.
As it's basically just him crawling up to the lip, sipping, and then crawling down, sipping, crawling down, sipping. So progressively, he gets more and more into his cups, literally.
Yeah. Hell yeah, it does. Chad the alcoholic.
Chad is a wild partier,
Hell yeah.
as is his namesake.
Exactly.
He is a total frat bro.
For sure, dude. He would be doing keg stands.
Yeah, I was gonna
all
say,
day,
can he do a
every
keg
day.
stand?
Honestly, this is pretty much a keg stand. He's vertical. He's completely vertical drinking. Like, it's a keg stand.
He's always every time Chad drinks, he does a keg stand. Oh, I love it. Okay. Chad is the best decision we've ever made.
Definitely.
Chad is my favorite NPC. Yeah, once we get our stuff, does this, what does this guy do?
So the tabaxi, as you all get your drinks, the tabaxi, has already thanked you. I don't often get to see newcomers like you all. It's rare, and, well, even rarer is when you help. Have you come to this location for a reason?
Yes, actually, we have.
Can I ask what that is, or?
Oh, yeah. We want to learn information about the Oceanot Quarters, specifically in regards to Felgadamine and his defensive capabilities. I suppose. Also,
Sorry, continue.
to answer perhaps a few questions we still have in regards to his former employer, goddess, queen, empress, whatever she was.
That very name you speak of, Felgalamine, at this point is a war crime on its own.
Oh, just like speaking the name?
No. He's been littering the cliffs with, well, vast sums of wealth, buying everyone he can to his cause. He's attempting to build an army to avenge his fallen queen.
Oh.
I was to be sent to the front lines. You saved me. I thank you for that again.
Oh. Yeah, no, that works out for us perfectly, actually. You seem like you can keep a secret, right?
Very much so.
We're the ones who killed Resh Kaval.
Oh God. You hear, off near the door, a ting ding 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 ding, like the sound of something metal falling and just spinning rapidly.
Wait.
You see
Yeah.
the tabaxi like looks up, and just a heavy knock on the table, and you hear the door shut. It should be more private now. Sorry about that.
It happens.
You hear an orcish voice say, "I'm sorry. Definitely wasn't listening."
Good, because then we'd have to kill you.
Do you actually say that?
Yeah, but I think I'm joking. Like, Seer thinks she's joking, but she does not sound joking.
You hear a second ting, ding, 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 ding. And then you hear two sets of heavy footfalls, and you hear the sound of someone going up steps. As presumably the two guards at the door run away in fear.
Oh, oops.
You're okay. This establishment is owned by me.
Sorry.
It's fine. I just would never expect, people to be that open about that information. Especially here.
I mean, really at this point, it's...
Now,
Very
It happened.
old
It happened so
information.
long ago. You know.
Yeah.
Should
Oh.
be common information. Yeah.
No, it's like a huge secret, but like,
we don't get very much information here, sadly.
To be fair, it is like a huge government secret.
I can now see it. Some of the pictures on the flyers are a bit wrong, but most of the information seems correct, by what I can see. Especially that one. It looks towards Mabehi.
Yeah, technically only 3 of us were part of the original group who, you know...
I was wondering. There was a big naked sword man, and I don't see him anymore.
Yeah,
Sword
no,
man.
he went into a life with the government, unfortunately.
We hate the government.
Yeah, so do I.
Dude. There was a big naked sword man and a bird.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's a big naked swordman, a bird, and who else was with us?
I think that was it.
Blackwall.
I don't think Blackwall was
there.
with us.
Was that
I
it?
think we're just missing Karn and Asa from that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have. We only
I'm so
had
used to
6
having a
people at
party of
that point.
6.
I think it
Or
was
yeah,
at
we had
that point.
5.
I think that point it was a party of 5.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, we're missing a few of us. One of them went on.
Yeah, the government. We bond over the government.
Well, most of the government currently was hers.
Yes.
Many of them are still loyal.
Like Felgat, I mean.
Staunchly, from what I can remember, he was essentially raised by Reshkaval.
Oh. So that's why he was like that.
Indeed.
You know, she was very unreasonable.
Well, I would agree. It's not often that the Cliffs all joined forces. Somehow she got all of us in line, and then promptly lost it all.
How did she lose it exactly?
Someone was coming for her throne. There are many rumors. Most likely of them are a new champion of the Seat of Demons. I don't know. It was hard to describe, but she became fearful and began to run away, essentially. Let loose her grip on some of the other quarters and took everything she could and just left. The Seat of Demons became powerful for a couple of years, specifically around Cryptic Might. There were hordes of them. And then one day it ended. Not before they leveled Fel Gadamin's garrison. I only heard the stories, but supposedly the sky fell, crashed into the half of the tower, and then another half into the city around it. Leveled the whole fortress.
And can I ask what the leadership situation of the Seed of Demons was at the time?
I could not tell you. I would assume it was a powerful. Well, someone made a powerful pact with a demon, perhaps a Bela of some type. It's hard to discern, in all honesty. They're very secretive. Being, demon summoners, they don't really allow people in. It was enough to scare Ash.
Yes.
But after what you all did, well, Seat of Demons has been quiet ever since. And Fel Gadamin came back with a vengeance. And somehow, most likely, most of Resh's treasure. As he's been spending it like crazy.
Well, suppose he might as well. And I'm I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?
You can call me Hala.
How do you spell that?
H-A-L-A.
Okay.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for the information. Hala, is there anything else you could tell us about,
What's the city we're in?
Vith.
Fifth.
Okay, cool. I'm actually writing down a note.
I know, right?
is there anything you can tell us, about where Felgadamine might be now?
From what I've heard, after his tower was leveled, he went back to where Resh Kaval had her seat of power. Between there and Oceanos, they're building their force and preparing an armada. Don't know exactly where they plan to land, but, well, we've all heard the word. Things are going down. People are distracted. Armies are on the move. Places are left undefended.
Well,
And I'm going to be saying this to the rest of my group, not necessarily Hala.
the situation could be worse for us.
Someone even know who Resh Kabal is?
Probably not.
Cool.
Yeah, honestly.
You're just gonna
She's
ask.
a government secret.
Yeah, the government kept her hidden for a lot of years.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, who's Resh Kabal?
Oh, right. She was a green dragon, who was trying to take over the kingdom of Vermolion because she was running from something in the Colt Cliffs, and we killed her.
Oh, interesting. I don't think I've ever met a dragon before.
Well, she wasn't very nice. She tried to kill us the first time we met. We weren't even trying to kill her yet.
Huh. Interesting.
I'm sure she would have tried to kill you somewhere along the way.
Oh, well, yeah, that's how rulers like her work. But it doesn't matter anymore because she's dead.
So, may I ask, why are you going after Fel? Tying up loose ends?
Well, that's certainly part of it.
And that's all I say.
I understand. If you need assistance, I have friends in places. I can potentially get the word out. Depends on how fast you need it.
And what would that cost us?
I think Fel being snuffed out wouldn't be a bad thing for anyone. If there's anything you would wish to give me, I'd gladly take it. One moment, please.
Well, guys, well, Graham's gone. What should we give this? What should we give Hala? Information or gold?
Omen's information is probably worthless to him.
Seer has a lot of information.
It's true. Is there anything that would be helpful for him, though?
Well, we could tell him why we're here to kill Felgadamine. He's been interested in that.
True.
They don't get a lot of news. We could ask him if he's anything he's curious about on the rest of the continent. I would be unwilling to do this, but like technically I could tell him about Isildur and how he summons demons.
We could try first with just like the why we're killing Felgadamine.
Yeah, but
And
that's
maybe-
potentially extremely dangerous because what if he gets word out for the vestige to try to get it before us?
True. Okay, let's start with, does he want to know anything about the rest of the continent?
Or gold.
Or gold, yeah.
Yeah, probably gold would be the easiest.
Gold
Would be the easiest, but information about the rest of the continent is free.
yeah. Also,
I just don't get a newspaper here.
which one does he want more? I guess we could ask him. We could always ask.
Yeah, we
like,
could ask
hey,
you, do you want info about the rest of the world or some money?
Would you rather trade in gold or in money or gold?
In gold or money, your choice.
No, in gold or information.
Check yes if yes. Check absolutely if yes.
Yeah, right. I'm persuasive enough.
Yeah,
I got him to come talk to us. That counts.
very compelled about my sewing journey. I did in fact finish the thing I was sewing.
Oh hell yeah!
It's wood pajamas.
Wood pajamas?
It's wood pajamas.
What is wood pajamas?
It's like a fleece cover for a piece of wood.
Oh, okay. I was like, how did you sew pajamas out of wood?
No, it's pajamas for wood.
That would be wild.
Wood is wearing the pajamas. I have these wooden platforms that I have in my rat cage for them to jump around on. But I needed to put covers on them so that they wouldn't, because like rat pee would seep into the wood and it would like over time smell horrendous. Which this is all on Grant's Twitch stream, so have fun. Twitch TOS.
Couldn't you alternatively like stain the wood, like treat it?
Well, yeah, so I
Finish
coated it in waterproof like coating.
Finish.
But I wanted it to be a soft material for them to like sit on and climb on, just because having hard surfaces isn't really good for their nails and their feet. And fleece is really good for rats because they get good grip on it, but their nails don't get stuck in it.
They can't eat it.
So the rest of my platforms all have this fleece cover, and I had one on this like L-shaped one, but they kept tearing it, and it was like really badly made because I didn't really know what I was doing. I made a much better version this time that they can't tear apart and eat the wood underneath because they were chewing through the probably toxic paint that clear coating I put on the wood to eat the wood underneath.
That's
And I was
terrible.
like, yeah, I need to figure out a better way to keep that wood covered up.
I hope all of the Twitch viewers are like truly entranced by your rat piss talk.
I would talk about my rats forever, but it's so not interesting to anybody else. I did just order some bonding scarves. It's a little scarf with a pouch in it, and you put your rat inside. And they're very cute, and it's supposed to make them like you more. Yeah,
Like
my
a
rats
baby.
don't like
Oh my
me.
God. Like
Yeah,
a
it's
baby.
literally like a baby. Only one of my rats likes me, and only kind of, because
I apologize.
PSA for Twitch, don't buy rats from a pet store. They suck. Get a breeder rat.
Wait, what? Oh God.
You
Is she
okay? Did she run, hide, or attack?
Fight?
Or fight?
Oh my
Oh.
God.
Is she safe now, or like still
Okay.
okay?
Hopefully
That's
she doesn't
good.
have to fight. God, that's terrifying. I hate
You already
that.
run and hid. The last option is fight.
Yeah. This is crazy. This is on Twitch forever. You'll never be able to
Twitch
forget this, Graham.
TOS, don't ban Graham for
Yeah,
talking
for real.
about his school.
Your fucking school said no.
Bro. Here on Vermilion's Twitch, we take hard stances that I agree with. It's time to get
Stop
political
school shooting.
and get banned.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Stop making Graham School run, hide, or fight.
Everyone listening to this Twitch stream right now, stop it. Stop doing it.
Also, if you're in Michigan and you experience a school shooting, run, hide, or fight.
But
Real
there was
life
4
weapons.
options. What was the first option?
Run.
I thought that was the second option.
Nope, hide. There's 3
There's only-
options.
I thought there was 4.
Nope. Unless the 4th option is die.
Dog,
mean-
no, never.
Yeah.
Like,
So
but I don't think they'll put that in the advice column.
probably not. I'd hope not. I mean, the advice is already not great. I guess it's better than saying nothing.
Well, 'cause what are you supposed to do?
Run, hide, or fight if you have to.
Yeah,
Apparently.
exactly. Listen, they have a gun, you don't.
Moving zigzags is harder to hit an erratic target.
It's even harder to hit a target you don't see.
Here on Grimolian's Twitch stream, we're giving tips and tricks
Yeah.
for school shootings because we live in the US and it sucks here.
Yep. Man, if only we had bulletproof backpacks. That would help.
Only Kevlar backpacks.
$2 million. We need it.
Just
Okay, back to D&D. Don't even fully remember where we were at.
Indeed,
Before I
the
got that.
less political.
okay.
Hard
Yeah.
to
So
stream.
we've made a decision. We're gonna ask Kala if he would rather trade in gold or information.
Gold.
All right, that's cool. Is he going to specify how much he wants, or are we just gonna have to guess?
I'd say guess.
Place 1 platinum piece on the table.
I'll give him 15 gold.
So
15 gold and 1 platinum.
Oh, no, not that much. If she's offering 1 platinum, I'm offering 5 gold.
What happened
So
to your
hun-
mic?
So 105 gold.
Wait, what's wrong with my mic?
It sounds so, like, staticky all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. That's weird.
Is this better?
That is better, yeah.
Oh, it was just Discord being a dick.
Gotta love that.
And platinum is 10 gold, not 100 gold.
Yes, you're right. I literally had to redo the math. I literally pulled out my calculator to do the platinum.
Try a hundo gold.
I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so 15 gold value. That's a considerable amount of money.
Yeah.
That could work. What are you looking for in the Oceanot Quarter? What specifically can I help you with then?
Very specifically, Felgadamine. We were here to kill him, specifically.
give me a few hours. Let me see what I can pull up. If you wish to have some rooms to wait and rest in, those can be arranged. Or if you wish to just continue having drinks, I see a little beetle friend is finished his.
That's
Yeah.
fucking plastered.
Cindy, do we want to limit him, or is he just gonna go wild?
I mean, Chad is an adult.
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't mean he's capable of knowing his own limits.
That's true. Yeah, how drunk is he looking after this one drink?
He's very tiny.
Let's see how it is with a roll. So Chad kind of pulls up. You can see he kind of does like this backup motion to the top of the lip, and then fully falls onto his backside on the table, and then squirms for a few moments, and then you just hear him go as he purely falls asleep on his backside. He fell off of his glass, fell, probably from his size, probably a good 8 or 9 feet, and then fully just fell asleep.
I'll flip him back, like, right side up so he doesn't die in his sleep. His bugs die if they're upside down for too long.
Yeah, I think he's done.
You flip him back over, and then he just, you
Like,
see his
very
legs catch
gently,
him.
so as not to wake him.
Hey, you flip him over, you see his legs catch himself. Like, he's, able to catch himself, and then they slowly begin sprawling off to his sides as he's just fully, laid prone on the table. And he's just napping. He doesn't seem to be, too... he doesn't seem to have alcohol poisoning or anything. He's just sleeping it off.
He's just a sleepy little guy.
He gonna have a fucking hangover tomorrow. He didn't drink any water.
He drank and passed out. What did he roll in his con check?
He rolled a 2.
Oh,
Amazing.
yeah. Can we get rooms?
Yeah, they're free, complimentary on the house, and you most likely are not even going to stay the night, based on the information you've been given.
We're not gonna what?
You're not going to be charged for the rooms
Mm.
at the moment. I would just like to say, one of my other players just sent me a photo. He goes to the same school I do, of him down the street wearing an armored plated vest.
Oh my god.
It's great though. He's prepared.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be, though, is the thing.
Oh, definitely not. No.
He
For
shouldn't
sure.
have
No
to
reason.
be.
But he is prepared to run, hide, or fight, so.
He didn't. No.
I just dropped something that should have bounced. It fell and did not bounce, and I don't know where it went.
It's like
Oh no.
that reminds me of the One Ring in Lord of the Rings. It doesn't bounce. It just lands solidly.
Yeah, I just lost 2 dice on my floor in the last week, and I fucking no idea.
As long as
They're
they
gone
as long
forever.
as they are not D4, you are okay.
No, I think it was a D6 and a D20,
Okay.
or possibly 2 D6s. I'm unsure.
D8s, D10s, and D4s. The sharp ones.
Hey, I just found the D6, and also I almost stabbed my foot with some scissors.
Scissors, also bad.
Yeah.
So, for the next few hours, you all wait. you're given accompanying rooms. They're passable as rooms. You get the sense that this town is, it's not really a town. This is, you know, the civilization here is at best fair. Thus you lay on some hard locations, and wait out the time for your information dump. Essentially, is there anything you all wish to do?
I am for sure casting the alarm spell. Around my room. And I'm going to let the party know the password. Which, I don't know. What's the password going to be?
Can I go outside?
It'll be a password.
Sorry about that again. So you set up your alarm spell. It does go off about 2 hours in, as you hear soft footfalls outside your door and soft tuk, 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 on the outside of the door. And
I'll answer the...
Omen, before that happens though, Omen, you said you wanted to go outside. Is Laura there?
Yeah, can you not hear me?
Oh, I couldn't hear you for a second.
Okay.
You said you wanted to go outside.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you like to do outside?
Is there like access to the roof of this building?
You could teleport there.
Sure, I'll summon my echo, teleport with it, and then bring my echo up with me. So, and then we're both just gonna like find a place to just look up at the moon and the stars for a while.
Okay. At this point, it's still like early morning.
I thought it was nighttime. Never mind.
It took approximately where you guys were to get to Vith. Probably took about an hour and a half, maybe. And you've only probably been in town for maybe about a half hour, so it's been about 2 hours into the day. It's about noon.
Interesting. Okay, change of plans. I'd like to find one of those guards I saw earlier.
Mhm.
Not the guards I fought, the guards that were like at this establishment, and ask if one of them wants to spar with me.
Interesting. You go inside, and at this point they're back to their defensive positions in the front. Kind of just like one has a back to the doorway, so anyone too big is like felt. And the other one is just like watching behind him, and you can tell like this is their tactic. They literally are acting as like part of the doorway, so no one can really enter. And you get the sense that they're standing there not just for like normal people, but maybe also for invisible people.
Interesting.
But you walk over to one of them and ask if they want to spar. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
So the thing about that is I have a -1. They punch me in the face.
They think you're gonna kill them.
Do you want
Um,
to spar with me is actually a death threat around these parts.
You walk up behind the one who's kind of watching the door himself, and you can see the other one is sweating bullets. You can actively see like just sweat dribbling down this orc's face as he's just nervously like he starts shaking as you're like walking over to him, and then the other one just hears your voice from behind him. Do you want to spar with me? And you see he turns very slowly, and you can see like already there's sweat dribbling down his face. I wouldn't want to hurt you. I no.
Oh, alright then. No need to get all weird about it. Can I make an insight check? Like, what just happened to these people?
Make an insight check.
Don't you remember?
Did they see me fuck up that other guy? They probably saw me fuck up the other guy.
You realize that they're terrified of you because they think you helped kill Resh Kaval, and most likely they're actively terrified of Resh Kaval. They were actively terrified of Resh Kaval, so in conjunction, they're terrified of you.
Did you hear Omen ask, who's Resh Kaval?
Not
No,
to
they ran
mention,
upstairs. They
Oh,
heard
amazing.
you guys say you killed Resh Kaval, and then Seer made a joke that had, based on their inside checks, they're not going to get the joke, and so they ran upstairs afraid that you were going to kill him.
I would also like to say Seer said that completely straight faced in a completely serious voice.
But, like, to her, that is joking.
And that was the joke, right? Because the party
Literally,
knows
my
how
high school
reluctant
PE
she is to
teacher.
pick fights with people. They don't know how reluctant she is to pick fights
Yeah.
with people.
Yeah. They see a wizard, and wizards are always down to throw hands.
Granted,
throw spells, not
To be
hands.
fair, the party also knows how likely it is for Seer to just fly off the handle, seemingly unprovoked.
Yeah, like when she murdered some cats.
Yeah. Party
Anyway,
still doesn't know
I
what
mean-
that's about.
I guess I'll just, like, shrug and walk away, and I'll find... I don't know, are there any, like, areas that are kind of secluded where I could spar with my Echo? It technically has the same stats as me, so it's not a great sparring partner, but it is one.
Mm-hmm. Also, one hit, you immediately will unsummon it.
Well, this is, like, not doing damage sparring. It's like...
I'd say you. Yeah, they
Let's
probably
just summon
have a
it an
space.
unlimited amount of times.
Yeah, they'd have a space for you to do it. You can spar, I guess.
Cool. I was gonna do that for a while. Gotta keep up in shape. Faradir was just naturally strong. Omen has to work for this shit. She's an elf. They don't maintain their muscle mass.
I get to be weak in peace.
Yeah.
Give me my glasses and I'm happy.
Faradir was born strong. Omen was born.
No, Faradir is born strong. Omen was born a jock.
She was born what?
A jock.
She was she was a assigned jock at birth, quite literally. She was born, they were like, you're gonna have this sword when you're older. Go learn how to use it.
Yeah, exactly. Assigned jock at birth. AJAB. AJAB.
Yeah.
She's AJAB.
She's Ajab.
Stop us.
Never. Yeah, that's just what I'm doing. I don't have anything else. I guess I hope the guys I fucked up earlier don't see me. Actually, I don't think Omen cares if they see her or not.
Oh, they don't see you yet.
Yet. Cool.
And then we kill them.
I love that as a modifier to that sentence.
I don't think I'm afraid of these Goliath guards, especially not after killing a fucking giant god.
No,
They're not-
Omen's
they're
not
nothing,
afraid of them.
Yeah. I was heavily debating casting Disintegrate.
On guards?
Yeah!
Seer is a
literally had you-
menace.
I dislocated one shoulder and they ran away.
Well, my thing is, I was like, how do I end this fight quickly? Disintegrate.
God, Seer is 0 to 100 instantaneously.
Haven't you learned that?
Omen hasn't.
God, I was very close. If we get into an altercation with them, she will kill them. And she'll start with the stupid one.
Go ask them if they want to spar with me. No, I'm not doing that. That would be silly. And Omen's not silly. She's serious.
Yeah. I guess what's everyone else doing? Because I'm lurking in my room, and I've apparently gotten a visitor.
Yeah.
And he's holding
Bellatrix
Chad's
send
hair
you
back while he
anything in
throws
2
up.
hours? Chad just sleeps through it. Honestly, he's a vibe.
Right, he sleeps through
Like
it
his
somehow.
namesake.
Chads are immune to hangovers. It's in their stat block.
Mm-hmm.
The Chad stat block.
That's one of his immunities, is hangovers.
And see,
And
I think
Yeah.
this is a dangerous town. Full stop.
The town itself is dangerous.
The dangerous peninsula.
Yeah.
This is a town
We're-
where like neighbors will most likely regularly eat their neighbors.
Yeah, we are in the shady part of the continent. Oh, right. Since he wants to go murder someone.
Do you go outside and kill people, Senti?
Love that.
Just say the word.
Yeah, Cindy becomes
He
the
just
murder
starts-
hobo.
Senti becomes a serial killer here.
Hey, we can always use more serial killers.
If you want to, go ahead and make me an investigation check if you
What's that?
want to go look for dead bodies
Come on, Cindy.
or dead things.
Come on, come on. Wild shape into a vulture, and then find dead bodies. I mean, of course I would say that. I play one.
No. You cannot guide yourself as you're searching the streets for bodies.
I assume Senti does this on her own and doesn't ask anyone for help. I don't know who she would ask.
Who wants to watch Chad? Well, he's sleeping, so he might not even wake up. Keep leaving.
Put him in your chest while you're doing this. Auntie needs a bonding scarf for Chad.
Whatever you do, don't put him in our bags of holding.
Not Belrix especially.
Yeah, definitely not mine.
Yeah, not Belrix.
Mine's still
ever.
haunted.
He comes in and never comes out. He becomes the Bagman.
God.
Any living creature that goes into Belric's bag becomes the Bagman.
Or is killed by the Bagman.
Yeah. Maybe both.
Yes, investigation. As you're actively searching for bodies.
Mm.
Okay. You begin to. So, are you taking a vulture form? It'd be a good thing to note. Well, you keep your mental capabilities when you're in wild shape.
Yeah, so your investigation would...
Yeah, it would stay the same. You would just be flying
Yeah.
instead of... And actually, I would give you advantage if you were flying. Should have mentioned that. Because you're, flying.
That made a difference!
Yeah, 19. So, you begin to fly over the city streets. The first one you come across is what looks to be probably some drunk individual who just died on the street. You can see it looks to be a half orc who is just, long dead. Their body is cold. Another one you note is 2 alleys down from that one. In the middle of the street, there is a lizard folk currently eating what looks to be the neck of some tabaxi. Who just wandered into the wrong part of town and is just currently just being eaten. You can see like looks to be a couple of 2 Goliaths begin walking by and look towards the lizard folk confusedly. Why is he doing this? And he looks up at them and just says, "I was hungry," and then takes another big old bite of the neck and stands up and walks away. So you find two good bodies.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, you get two zombies.
These poor guards.
Hey, it's their job.
Yeah, but like we've caused so much havoc for them in like 2 hours.
You didn't cause most of it. This is a tough place to live.
No, yeah, I know. I'm just saying like we have like seemingly significantly affected their day
Ah,
within a very short amount of time.
just a little. Yeah.
And now that uh,
So no one seems to really bat an eye at the two zombies following behind a robotic warforged, and you make it back to the tavern with relative ease. So as the 2 hours kind of ends, if there's nothing that Belric has or wants to do, then we can continue.
Nope. I think just Beller takes like a quick nap.
Okay. We love a good nap.
hell yeah, you and Chad, man.
Mm-hmm. Belric, you wake up in about 2 hours, somehow finding that Chad has made its way to your room and is currently napping next to you. Brothers a nap. And as you two wake, Seer, you get a knock on the door. You see the Tabaxi Hala once again greets you. I've made contact. If you would like to talk.
So, come in. Shall I go get the others?
If you wish.
Yeah. Better not to hash this out twice.
And I'm gonna go and get everyone. And by that I mean I probably just send Poppet out to go and mimic everyone like the word come. And we'll see who understands.
Okay.
So I tell Poppet,
I'll follow the bird.
I tell Poppet, go tell everyone to come to me, and Poppet will go around and just mimic the word come to everyone like an annoying blue jay, because that's what he is. um what are the seating options in my room, by the way?
A bed.
Cool.
That's it.
Nice. I don't take a seat. I'm just waiting for everyone else to come. Trying to ignore the alarm going off in my head.
Nice.
'Cause I'm not telling him the password. He seems cool, but what if he comes into my room in the middle of the night to kill me? Um,
So you all meet up, and Hala begins to tell you all. I made contact with some friends of mine. It seems that Fel is currently in the old Reshkaval cult. I've heard some worrying things. I believe he has a precaution in case any of you were to arrive. He's currently holding what I believe is a large amount of innocent kobolds in some dark mine nearby, and has acid traps placed over their heads, and has given the order that if he is not contacted every so often, well, he's prepared to kill somewhere up to 200 kobold as a precaution against you all fighting him. He seems very paranoid. I would be careful. And if you can, secure the trap first. Give him no leverage.
What mine was this trap in?
She just said a mine near the Reshkaval cult. So near that location where they're gathering, essentially.
I bet he might have more information about that.
Probably. Other than that, he's still there. He might be different than when you last met him.
In what ways do you think?
It's interesting. I haven't contacted some of these individuals in a long time. They say he's more and more just emotionally dark, and is burning his skin somehow. I don't understand it. He's hiding portions of himself, his hands, up his neck, parts of his face. He's been building a mask for himself to hide portions of his face. I don't understand it. He seems to have gone much darker since his, well, Reshkaval's death.
That would make sense. It seemed he cared for her very much. Well, thank you for the information.
No problem.
Is that all you had?
Yeah, that's all she had.
Okay.
Not much
Yeah,
to go off of, but he's there.
I'll give Hala another 15 gold.
Appreciate it. You've done a lot for me this day.
The feeling's mutual.
Does she leave or?
Yeah, she'll get to stand. Good luck on your quest, and I hope you are successful.
Thank you.
Yeah, she walks out, leaving all of you to take in this information. and conduct a new plan. Or figure out what to do. And with that, I think we're nearing the end of our session. So if there's
Yeah,
anything
probably.
else of pertinent information, that would be the time. Okay. Thank you all for playing.